cute little white dogs, and I picked up this one, and I just started crying. My dog died while I was on tour in Japan. I never got to say goodbye to Blanche. And I'm just crying, and I'm holding this dog, and she's white, and I was there to buy sugar, and it like, I do the girl thing where I'm like, and she's white, and it's sugar, and she's sugar, and it's cosmic. Cut to me just putting $300 in a cardboard box with no receipt, no paperwork. I gave this Chinese lady my phone number, and I have a dog now. Her name is Tofu.
So this lady goes to China and brings him back?
Yep.
Wow. And there's no way out. You're either going to get some kind of a job, and you're going to be bitter and angry, or you're just going to keep doing this forever, and it's never going to happen.
I feel like with comedy in particular, it's one of those careers where it's not even you fail upward, you just fail laterally. Like comedy is one of those things where you can kind of just continue to exist in and around it despite actual talent.
Right.
Like we all know the comics where it's like, you're not dead yet? They're like, no, I'm writing ads that go on the back of tickets. I'm writing commercial parodies for like comedy.net, like just existing in subdivisions of the realm of comedy. And they think that they're in the game, but really they're in the parking lot.
Well, then there's the weird ones that come to the store and they come to the improv and they hang out, but they don't really go up ever.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand
the myth of the hang. The idea is that you would be hanging, if you don't know anyone, you want to meet some new friends, or your friends are there. But I see people that just bob and weave, and I'm like, and they act like they're looking for someone. I'm like, there's no one there. You're just here hoping someone talks to you, but you've been doing this for so long. Go home, write something.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Comedy's one of those things, like, I feel like you could learn how to play music. Someone could teach you how to move your fingers in the right direction. I mean, you might never be Jimi Hendrix. You might never be some virtuoso who's like stands out. But you might get good at music if you could put the practice in. You
could learn the math of it.
Comedy's not that.
My college, Emerson College, offers.
Shout out to Boston.
Shout out.
Woo.
Offers a comedy major. And
good luck with that.
Right. I'm like, you're either funny or you're not. And you can learn what makes a script funny, and you can learn about timing and things, but you have it innately or you don't.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that.
I do too.
And the amount of people, you can't tell someone. There are plenty of people who aren't naturally funny that make a huge career out of things, because someone else unfunny finds them funny. But it's one of those things where I'm not going to be the one to tell you to give up on your dream. Like, that's not my position to tell someone that. But you're constantly surrounded by these, like, it's almost like this Walking Dead of unfunny. Like, they're just at the shows and they're just there for decades of your life.
Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes they'll ask me to get on the podcast too. And I'll be like, what are you saying?
What do you say?
I don't know.
You don't? You say no? You're very good. I remember watching you. I've told you this before. We were at the store one time and there's this, because you're so alpha, like a proper, and I say this to you every time I see you, like a proper definition of one. And I think that, like, a real alpha male doesn't seek to disempower, doesn't seek to make anybody else feel bad. Like, you're just like, this is what I do, and I set my boundaries. And we were in that back outside bar where only comics are allowed. And this guy walked up to you. Do you remember this? And he was a little bit in your space, harmless. He was like, oh, Joe, can I get a picture? And you were like, you cannot be back here. You've got to go.
Well, I saw him weasel through. He came from the show and then went through the back kitchen area and then went to... It's happened a few times where people know that we hang out back there because we talk about it on the podcast. We go back there to smoke, and then all of a sudden they'll be like me and, Callan or whoever, and you and comics just talking about the sets. Like, are you doing Triple E show? Like, what's going on?
Not cool stuff, folks.
And then all of a sudden... someone's right here.
Right
like,
there.
hey, man. Hey, what's up? Hey, dude, can I get a picture? You're like, you're not supposed to be back? There's a
you
sign.
said that. I don't know that. It's like I put my foot down for certain things. And, of course, as you get older, you get better about it. But I straight up, I don't know that I could say that to someone. I allow people in my space. And, you kind of just tolerate it because you never know. And there is that fear, like, what is this person? But you were very, like, you can't be here. And the guy was like, oh, so sorry.
Well, I'm happy to take a picture with somebody. But I knew that guy had gotten into the employees area. He had weaseled his way back through.
Yeah, but you did that, and I remember watching it, and I was like, fuck, I don't know that I could have.
You could do it. The problem is with women, like, men get really fucking creepy. Men get really shitty with women. If a woman says you can't be here, who knows? Who knows what kind of a man you're dealing with?
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
And I also remember I was on your podcast forever ago, and I had done this show, and I brought up this thing. I get a lot of incels Instagramming me about this. Because this guy came into our group, it was a group of women standing outside, and he asked for a lighter.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
And all of the betas, you got a lot of great fans, but on the fringe ones, they were like, oh, don't ask her for a lighter. And I'm like, tell you what, when someone bigger and stronger than you that has the ability to hurt you.
Factory, as a venue for your podcast, you wanted to expand. Jamie said, buddy, you can no longer do your Sieg Heil in my club.
To the two Jews.
Yeah.
He yelled at me. And this was 4 years ago. He yelled. I was offered my podcast. This is an old podcast to run it out of the Improv. And so I called Jamie and I said, I got offered my podcast somewhere else and I'm going to take it there. I just wanted to respectfully.
Because they had set up a whole podcast studio.
The Levity, yes.
Yeah.
They set it up. They're like, come over here. We'll get you advertisers. We'll produce this. Because the Laugh Factory, they would put it up, but that was it. There was no business behind it. And I was fine with that. I wasn't trying to make money. Improv asked me over there. I go, okay, great. So man to man, I called Jamie. I go, I just want to say, man to man. I talked to him like a man.
Whoa.
I called him up and I said, listen, fucker. No, I just said, hey, I just want to let you know I've been offered to take my podcast somewhere else and I'm going to take that opportunity and I just want to give you the respect of telling you versus just leaving. Absolutely no problem. You're family.
Really?
And by the way.
He said no problem?
Mm-hmm. That's why this is so insane. No problem. You are family. Go ahead. I'm making him sound Russian. But it's like a weird accent anyway. So I go, and keep in mind, I was like the textbook picture employee there. Like I'm one of 3 women that perform there regularly at the time, like headlining women. I baked cookies for the waitresses. I would bust my hump to get there because there's times where it was written in stone. Like it's 8:45. Can I get 8:50? I'm running. No, this is the time. Like I never ran the light. Like I was really respectful. And like an hour later, he calls me yelling at me.
What?
You did not say you are taking your podcast to Levity, which is the governing, for those of you who know, body that owns a lot of the improvs, and they're a huge thing.
But you told him you're going to the Improv.
I just said I'm taking it elsewhere. It didn't occur to me to say it, but it also, Levity's so big. It's like I didn't even think, it's a competing thing. I think of the Factory as a couple of clubs, and Levity's more of like an enterprise.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't play Laugh Factory clubs.
Right.
It's just yelling at me, acting like I did this duplicitous thing. And he hangs up on me. Grown man. And I go on the website that night. My name is taken down off all the shows. I'm pretty sure he removed my face from that mosaic of comics outside. I am persona non grata. And so, did I ever tell you the conclusion of this?
No.
It really hurt my feelings.
Really?
And I'm the kind of person, if you shut a door in my face, I will nail it closed.
Whoa. And
I call the Laugh Factory and all the girls that are working there. And I said, why didn't anyone, like, we're all cool. Like, did no one even stand up for me? Like, I didn't really do anything wrong. And this one girl goes, he's just really stressed. A lot of people are leaving the production office. So I think he's stressed because a lot of employees are leaving. And I go, who's left? And she said, this one girl, who doesn't matter the name, said this one girl. And I go, okay, give me her number. And I called her and I said, hi, it's Iliza, because she worked on my podcast. And I was like, I will give you X amount of money if you walk out of the Laugh Factory today and come work for me. And it was like a chunk of cash. And I was like, I need the answer by noon. I'll be at Kings Road Cafe. There was no reason to put a clock on it. I was just feeling really
He put a power move
thuggish.
down.
And that's who's sitting in our lobby now. She's been my assistant for 4 years. I rescued her. She's my angel and my heartbeat. And only recently were they like, she can come back because my face is...
There's obviously issues that women need more equality in this country. I think the issue with the concept of being a masculinist or even the concept of being a feminist is that everyone automatically thinks you care about that more than you care about general humanity, right? Because you're isolating gender. You're saying, I'm a feminist. I'm a woman. I support women. I support women's rights and women's values, and I support feminism, empowering women. When people hear that, they go, okay, you like women more than men.
But
it might not be that.
What it is I support the idea that we could be treated equally because men, and I love men. I love breaking balls with male comics. I married a dude. I have made out with some hot dudes.
Congratulations again.
I am actually a gigantic frat boy trapped in a feminist body. But that all we're fighting for is just to be treated equally and not be made to feel horrific. That's it. I'm not asking for special treatment.
No, I get it. I have zero problem with any of it.
Of course not.
But my thought on why people react so strongly to it.
It's not a good...
But I get... You don't have to trust you.
This is an affidavit.
Sign it. It's signing away your rights. Okay. But I think that like when people hear it, like they kind of have that feeling like, oh, she's one of those. Oh, she's a man hater. It's like it's almost like the word is so heavy that it doesn't necessarily accurately portray the intent.
Well, it's so fraught with historical weight.
Yes.
And I do think that's changing, but I also believe it's a word I'd never used until like 3 years ago, and I picked it because I was like, well, this sort of applies. I don't read feminist writings. The idea that as a woman you're constantly being preached to by other women, like preaching to the choir.
Right.
What it is I think on a granular level, I enjoy having conversations, and most men I know are like, they're not these oppressive, horrible people. And we always look to the extreme left or right to prove our point, when in actuality, there's a whole population of people who think and feel just like you. And that's the key, is finding those people and communing with them.
Well, you've always been very pro-male. You've never had a problem with men. But you're confident and ambitious. And when you're both of those things, and people hear the word feminist, they go, oh, she's one of those. Like, she's going to be annoying. But you're not.
No.
But there's that thing. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's the fringes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not like all men.
But
it's
by the
these
way,
fucking men that want to sue you because they can't come in. That's actually more of a guy who's just trying to sue people. But okay, straight pride parade. We were talking about this on the phone. Straight pride parade guys.
Right.
Like that kind of shit.
The worst.
Those
the worst.
guys.
But
like just the idea
of having that, people that say all men, like the kind of feminists that say all men, I'm like, you're part of the problem.
Yes.
Because that's just as bad as some guys saying all women are sluts.
Right.
Like, you are just as bad for marginalizing anyone.
I was hearing this woman talk about sex, and she was like, women want this, and women want, she was on a podcast, women want this, and women want you to slow down, and women want you to be gentle. I'm like, no. Some women do.
I mean,
some women want to get ravaged.
Look, you're talking to a girl who speaks in generalizations for a living. Like, women do this, but because by and large,
sense.
Drugs would be safer if they were
would all
regulated.
Be safer if they were legal.
I feel that way about prostitution.
Yeah.
And I'm going to actually broach this here. I was going to write a joke about it. I'm just going to say it. I believe a state issued, if you apply for funding, for support, if you're going to school, like a loan, or the state's paying for you to go to school, you get a scholarship, you should also be able to apply for a state issued prostitute. If you are a little socially awkward, maybe you haven't had sex, because men get weird if they haven't been made privy to the way a woman is, or they haven't had sex and you're going to college. Let's get you a prostitute. Let's get you having sex twice a week so you're not afraid of women. Let's get you a little less weird. Let's fund a prostitute.
Well, I think if it didn't have the social stigma behind it, there's a lot of people that would choose it over working at Wendy's.
Great.
There's a lot of people that choose it. But we have an issue. The social stigma is that there's something wrong with it, right?
But that's because it's a woman saying, I want to do this with my body. That's what's upsetting.
It's sort of that. But it's also, well, in this country, it's also connected to sex slavery. We think of it as like, if someone is doing that, then maybe they're a sex slave. Like, maybe there's someone who's... I
think that's less on people's radars, and it more has to do with the puritanical idea of
There's a little
shaming.
bit of that, but I mean, that was one of the things that they were accusing Robert Kraft of. You remember Robert Kraft, who's the guy who owns the... Kraft or Kraft? It's Kraft, right? He's the guy who owned the New England Patriots. He went to a massage parlor and they gave him a happy ending. And then the next thing you know, they arrested him and told him that there's a video of it.
Right.
And they were, they're trying to get him to plead guilty and all this different shit that was going on to a guy who's like insanely wealthy, who just was going there to get jerked off. But one of the things they said was that it was that he was participating somehow in sex trafficking, and so they were accusing him of that. That was a big part of what the police were saying. Well, it turned out that none of the girls that worked there were sex traffickers. They were just prostitutes. And the woman that did it to him, she was like 4 years old.
But none of this would have happened if it was legal.
None of it
regulated,
would happen if it was legal. But it's
okay.
also they were using that term. They were accusing him of this thing and using that term like to brand him.
Wait,
this
are you
way,
telling me that
to shame him.
There was a news story where they used a buzzword?
Yes. Yeah, it is a buzzword.
Right.
But it's a buzzword it's very specific in terms of like the difference in the consequences that you would want someone to face, whether they just went there to get jerked off or they participated in sex slavery.
Right, you're not a part of a ring. Right. I mean, you are, because the ring ends with you. So because there's a demand for it, there is a supply. So that is by and large a part of the issue. And I say this not knowing a ton about sex slavery, but I do know that if you take away the stigma, and you can normalize things very quickly. Weed is a great example, right?
Yeah.
You could do that. And even we've done this with women and bodies and the way that we look at people who are overweight and we look at people with different things. Like, we are getting to a place where it's less of a thing. I think you could do that with prostitution.
I think so too.
And it's fine. And look at it as like, this is her choice. And if there wasn't an exceptional, exorbitant demand for it, it wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, it's just you can't tell people what to do with their bodies any other way except when money's involved. Yeah. That's where I have a problem with it.
Except when taxes are involved.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's a societal position, right? Like, if we were going to vote on it, most people would vote on no prostitution because they don't want their daughter or their sister or their mother to be a prostitute. Or them. They don't want to be a prostitute. That's why they would vote on it. But it's the only thing that's completely legal to do. Like, not only that, but it's what sells everything. When Brad Pitt is fucking selling cologne, he's selling, I'm a hot man. If you get my cologne, you might get some pussy.
I'm looking right at that mouth.
Yes, look at him. It's beautiful.
I agree.
But that is the thing that is fucked up about all this. Like, a woman can have sex with as many people as she wants for free. But if she charges, then all of a sudden it's... But you can charge for a back rub? Like, what the fuck? Like, why is it?
You're like, I'm getting off either way.
But it just doesn't make any sense.
I agree with you.
It's silly. It's restrictive.
When it comes to the idea of a woman taking control of her own body, no taxes being paid, and the idea of someone being a whore because of our puritanical roots in this country, all those things combined make it a volatile topic. But at the end of the day, if she's going to make money that's going to go back into your society, that's going to be put to good use, it's going to be taxed, it's going to be in your community, what do you care what she's doing behind closed doors? If